Hello friends, this is your complete full body strength workout. My name is Liney and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 1 of Forge, my resistance training program that is 8 weeks long, designed to help you build strength and muscle right at home using nothing but dumbbells. So that being said, all you need is some space to work in, a clear view of your screen, and of course, the dumbbells of your choice. My weights are there for you to reference, but they're simply just a reference point. You can use whatever you feel like. Just remember, the heavier you lift, the more stimulus you're gonna put on those muscles to drive them to adapt and change and grow. So just something to keep in mind. How today is gonna work is we have a warm-up and a cool down included. The main portion of the workout has 3 different groups. We'll be working 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off once through each group. We'll do group 1, group 2, group 3, then we'll take a water break. At that water break, you can decide, would you like to continue on to a round 2 of each of the group? Then you can proceed. Otherwise, if you only have time to do 1 round of each, you can cap it at about a 25-minute workout and call it a day. So it just depends on how much time you have today, how many rounds you'll complete with me, 1 or 2. And if you do go on to the second round, remember that is an opportunity for you to potentially lift a bit heavier, apply the principle of progressive overload. So if that all sounds good, enough chitter chatter, let's get moving. Okay, feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna start with the warm-up. Hips go back, fingertips to opposite toe, drive it forward and back. Good. Really squat nice and deep into the hips. Feel the stretch across the glutes and the hamstrings. Okay, to the front of your mat, step 1 foot back, lunge, sweeps, drop the knee, untuck the toe, sweep it up, then press and switch. Okay, step the feet wide. We're gonna lateral lunge. So bending in to the hip first. So hip will always go back first and then you drive down into the knee. It can be easy for you to drive knee first. Might feel a bit awkward. So hip back first, then the knee. Okay, come feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna rise up on the tippy toes and drop 1 ankle at a time. Just pedal it out. Try your best to be in control here, but make it a smooth switch as well. So we're really gonna make sure that the entire body is worked today. Each group consists of 2 leg, 2 upper body, and 2 core movements. But we'll alternate. So we'll do lower body, upper body, core, lower body, upper body, core. Gonna be lots of fun. All right, shake out the wrists. Easy as that. Warming them up, they will be holding onto dumbbells for us today, so we wanna give them some blood flow. Shake them back and forth, shake them side to side, shake it around in circles, and then the other way. Okay, we're gonna work into the neck. Chin will drop the chest. And then let the crown of your head fall back towards your ankle. Relax the shoulders down. Almost like you wanna touch your chin to the ceiling. Okay, one arm reaches up, other reaches down, then we bend and try and touch the fingertips behind our back, and then we switch. Working on that shoulder mobility here. Stretching a little bit into the tricep too. Okay, take your hands, extend them out, fingertips facing down, squeeze the triceps, and then fist curl in, squeeze the biceps. Fingertips down, triceps, curl, biceps. Almost done here. This is your last warm-up move. Then we're gonna hop into the first round of group 1. Show me those muscles, come on. Hey. And here we are. Okay, setting up for the first leg movement. Remember, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Choose your weight accordingly. We're gonna do a front-loaded pause squat. So you can always start this round with the moderate weight, and then if you are gonna do 2 rounds, the next time we go through, you can choose a heavier weight. But we're gonna send the hips back. Have your hips come lower than the knees. You're gonna pause here for 3, 2, 1, and press up. Ready? Let's go. Hips first. Chest stays nice and tall. Hold for your 3 counts. And then press. Knees are peeling open. They're not falling or collapsing inwards. Drop it lower. Okay, 20 seconds. You can go ahead and make your way to the ground. Bring a moderate weight with you. We're gonna do a narrow chest press. So dumbbells are gonna be glued together like so. Right above the chest, triceps will skim the ribs as the elbows drop to the ground. Then big exhale, press. Inhale down, exhale up. Now, the whole premise of my Forge program is pure, uninhibited strength. Okay, so at all points of this program, during any workout that you do that is strength, we are focusing on controlling that weight. No momentum unless I say otherwise. That dumbbell does only what you tell it to. It does not listen to gravity. Okay, go ahead and release 1 dumbbell. If you want to grab something lighter, you totally can. We're going to do some core weighted toe touches. So 1 dumbbell held by the weight side. We're going to lift the feet up over the hips. If that's too much, you can keep the legs bent and reach like so. But the whole point here is to really lift the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Get the shoulder blades up off the mat. Crunch. If you have your legs up, make sure they're not swinging side to side. Great, and drop it down. Okay, we're gonna go on to 3 new exercises for lower body, upper body, core. Next is gonna be a wide glute bridge. So I'm gonna grab heavier weights. I'm gonna hook 1 onto each side of my hip. Feet are gonna be as wide as the mat, toes turn out, vacuum seal your back to the mat, lift up, drop it down. Great, okay. I think I'm gonna try, instead of grabbing 2 lighter weights, I'm gonna try 1 of these. So you're gonna hold just like we did for the toe touches. If you are gonna use one weight, you're gonna skull crush first, and then with bent elbows, you pull over. So same thing applies if you have two weights in hand. Those weights will just be parallel in the skull crushers, and then together during the pullover. Whew, I'm losing grip here. Elbows glued in towards each other, don't let them flare out. All right, those are very heavy, I'm not gonna lie to you. And go ahead and grab yourself a moderate weight. Final core movement here for group 1. We're gonna do a roll up, weighted. So dumbbell in hand, up overhead, legs slightly bent. And on the exhale, bring the weight up, peel yourself up slowly, lift, lift, lift high, sitting up, and then control it down. Don't just fall. We are resisting gravity here. The slower you do these, the better. Slower, come on. Should take you a solid 5 seconds to roll your back all the way down. And take a longer break. That is the end of group 1. We're gonna be up on our feet now to start off group 2. We're gonna do alternating reverse lunges with a static lunge in between. So, 2 weights for me. You're gonna start at the front of your mat. You're gonna step back into a reverse lunge, press up and then back down. So that's the static. And then drive through the front heel to stand. And then switch. So step back, up and down, and then drive it forward. Now remember, by leaning forward slightly, you are gonna stretch out that glute a bit more, placing more demand on the lower body, or specifically the back part of the lower body. If you are more upright, you're gonna hit more quad. Ooh, big breath. That definitely got my heart rate up. We're gonna do reverse grip bent over rows. So dumbbells in hand, palms facing away, backs of the hands touching your legs the entire time. Hips come back. From here, drop the shoulders away. We pull in to the belly, lower back down. Elbows go high, neck nice and neutral. Great, next up, standing loaded crunches. Weights up here, separate the feet slightly. We bring in, crunch, step it out with control, other side, crunch, and out. Now the whole purpose here is to move as slow as possible and keep your elbows nice and wide. Challenging the balance and your stability. Try your best to bring the knee high to meet the elbow and not shrink yourself down to meet the knee. Great. All right. Next up, tempo RDLs. Tempo will be 3 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, pop up for 1. So we're in a similar stance as we had for that reverse grip bent over row. You should be golden with that, feet shoulder width apart. Roll the shoulders down and back. Hips go down and back for 3, 2, 1. Drive up again. Don't let the weight leave the front of the legs. Make contact the entire time for me. Fantastic work, friends. Next up, we're doing strict presses. So, basically just a shoulder press, nothing more to it. Only reason I call it a strict press is because we're not using momentum. So we're not gonna bend and explode. We're here, nice and stable. You press up, lower down. Make sure to tuck the elbows in. Very easy to hurt the shoulders by keeping it wide. Tuck them in slightly so they're right in front of the body, right in front of your chest. Great. Okay, we're onto the ground. Bring some light weights with you if you would like. You can also do these completely weight-free. Weights will be in your hands, arms extended up overhead. And what we're gonna do, either with or without the weight, is crunch across. Bring the weight to the toe, relax it out, and then switch. Now really focus here on lifting the shoulder blade up off the mat as you reach for the toe. And control it down. So it can be really easy just to let those legs and the arm fall out, but I want you to slow it down. And take a break, guys. That is the end of group number 2, or round 1 of group number 2. We're gonna move on to group number 3. Back on your feet, we're gonna start with alternating curtsies. So working a little bit rotationally or across the body. Go nice and heavy here. So weights by your sides or up on your shoulders. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna step the leg back and then half a foot across. So we're not going very far before you bend down and step, switch. It can be very easy for you to go too far across and then open up the hip. But that takes the stretch off the glute that we want. So keep the hips locked just to the wall in front of you. Fantastic. Okay, biceps are next. Grab your weights. We're gonna do stock standard hammer curls. Palms facing in, elbows locked to the waist. We curl up, we lower down. Oh, okay, I'm officially sweating. Get going. Try not to swing the hips forward to get the weights up. If that's happening, you might be going just a bit too heavy, so you can always switch down to a lower weight. Okay, drop your weights onto the mat on your elbows for me. We're gonna do dynamic planks, one of my absolute favorites. So, starting in a plank, you're gonna pivot up, open, keeping the hip high. Then you're gonna plant the elbow back down and then open up on the other side. Now remember here, your hips should basically stay level the entire time. As you come through center, try not to pike. Okay, keep those hips nice and level. And let it relax. Okay, we're up onto our feet. Some legs next will be farmer's carries to target the calves. So for these, you wanna go quite heavy. I'll start here this round. Start at one end of your mat. You're gonna lift up onto your tippy toes, and then we're gonna walk however you see fit. So you can walk forward, back. You can do a little loop and turn around, or you can just literally start walking backwards. Like so. Takes a little bit more balance, but try your best to stay as high as you can. Really spread your toes far apart. And fakey shake. Okay, next, tricep dips. If you have a hex dumbbell, like one with the flat sides, a big one can be popped on the ground for you to elevate yourself onto. Otherwise, on the ground, 1000% okay. So if you're on the ground, fingertips facing your booty, lift up, elongate through the neck, elbows back, bend, elbows straighten, lift. Same applies right here. You just have lower to dip. Okay, and are we ready? We're gonna finish off with something I rarely ever do in my workouts. Can you guess what it is? We're gonna do plank. I never do like a plank hold in my videos, so this is a rare occasion. You could be on your hands or your elbows. We lift up, we squeeze the glutes, tuck the hips under. Same thing applies if you're here. Making sure we're not piking or valleying. Hold it here, squeeze the core. Imagine the sides of your waist being pulled in towards each other. Keep breathing. Don't let your chest collapse down to the ground. Push through your elbows, elongate. And 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. That is the end of round 1 of all 3 groups, guys. If that is all you have time for, skip to the cool down. You did a great job. If you're gonna move on to round 2 with me, we're gonna go heavier. Grab some water. Okay, friends, starting with that pause front-loaded squat. Go ahead and grab a heavier weight, and remember, final time doing each of these, so I think you have more power in you than you're giving yourself credit for. Okay, that was heavy, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna drop to the ground, thankfully, and we're gonna do the narrow chest press. I actually don't know if I'll be able to go heavier. I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Maybe I'll surprise myself, right? Knees pointed to the ceiling. Let's do this. Exhale up, inhale, control down. Fantastic. All right. Gonna swap out just one dumbbell lighter for the toe touches, because I do not want to be ending up a viral video by dropping one on my face. It's just like the 10 kg is just too wide for me to grip properly, you know? Remember, you can have your feet down, you can do it like so, or you can even have tabletop, one level up, or fully extended, making contact. Okay, next up, we're doing those glute bridges. So I'm gonna go a little bit heavier. Oh. I believe I did 10 kg last time, if I remember correctly. Feet turned out, flatten the back, lift. Okay, we're gonna lock in here, guys. This last round of each group is really gonna fly by, so we wanna make sure we're giving our most to each rep. Taking control of our progress here, not leaving it up to chance. Great. Next up, skull crusher, pull over. I'm going to do the same weight as last time, but instead of one 10 kg, I'm gonna do two 5 kgs or 11 pounds. Let's do it. You bend first, you bring it in, and then extend. And there it is. Okay. Roll-ups are next. Name of the game here is scrambled eggs mode. And if you don't know what scrambled eggs mode is, essentially my way of saying we're gonna keep things slow. Anyone who did the Prime Foundations program with me on the Grapefitt app will know. Essentially, it's like when you cook scrambled eggs, the faster or the higher heat you cook them on, the more rubbery and like dry they'll turn out. Versus if you spend some time with those scrambled eggs, you turn the heat down, you give them some love, mix them up really good, stir them continuously, you're gonna have really nice, juicy, delicious scrambled eggs. So that's what we wanna do when we strength train. Scrambled eggs mode, no rushing. And round 2, group 1, complete. Pop up onto your feet. We're gonna start with that reverse lunge with the static lunge. Now I'm gonna go nice and heavy for these. I think I can handle it. So I encourage you to do the same. Nothing else to it. You guys know what to do. Forward lean, then step it back. Gently kiss that knee to the ground. Don't smash it too hard. You want to be in control. Fantastic. We're gonna do reverse grip bent over row. Not gonna go too heavy for these guys. Your girl's toasted. This is my 3rd video for the day. Shh, no one has to know that. I was like giving you guys little insights to what it's like to make these, you know? So yeah. Okay. It's definitely hot in here now. We're gonna do those loaded standing crunches. So get your weight. Don't forget to hydrate throughout this, guys. Especially if you're sweating, we wanna replace those liquids. Great, okay. Legs are up. 3, 1 RDLs. Tempo. Slow it down. 3 seconds down, 1 second up. Okay, next up. Shoulder presses, nice and strict. No momentum, no anything. If you want, you can increase weights. I guess I'll try. Let me try. I think I'm severely underestimating my strength today. Some days you have days like that where you're like, you think you've lost all progress or you haven't made any progress, and then you try and you're like, oh wait, never mind. I was just in my head a little bit. It happens to the best of us. Or some days you have days where you genuinely cannot even get close to the weights that you usually lift. And then you're like, what's happening? How did I lose so much strength? And then you realize that you're in your luteal phase, if you're someone who has phases like that. And then it all makes sense. One bad workout, 1 weekday does not say anything about your broader progress. And I just yapped my way through that entire interval. Didn't even realize how heavy that felt. Was that right? Nice. Okay, onto the ground, alternating jackknives. Let's go. Crunch. And take a little bit of a longer break here, guys. We are moving on to the last 6 minutes of the main portion of the workout. So 6 more exercises, one more time through each. You know them. We're gonna go heavy. We're going to finish off nice and strong. Day 1 of Forge, almost complete. I'm gonna go heavy. That's all you gotta know. I'm gonna pop them on my shoulders because if your grip fails, it's nice to have them on your shoulders so that you can still lift heavy without having your grip being the limiting factor. Because sometimes what happens when, for example, with pull-ups or even with lunges or bent over rows, sometimes your grip fails way before your actual muscles do. So you sell yourself short or cheat yourself of more reps, more growing potential. That's why you'll often see me pop my weights up onto my shoulders for heavy movements. There's the timer. These intervals are flying by. I'm like double checking that they're actually 40 seconds. They are. Crazy. Okay, hammer curls. What I wanted to say earlier was, if you didn't know, Forge was completely decided on by my channel members. So members get bonus videos every single week, including now during Forge. They will be getting an extra video, not related to Forge, but just another video for the week. But I ran a poll, they got to decide what type of program they wanted. They wanted heavy strength, so here we are. And then they also decided on the name. I gave a couple options. What did I give? I gave Overload was an option, Forge was an option, and Lift Lab, I think, something like that. And Forge 1, which I think is quite cool. Like, it conveys the message, you know? Okay, relax. Into that dynamic plank. So it's just really fun to know, like, you guys kind of guide the way that my channel goes, the programs that I make, the overall vibe of the programs. Okay, let's open. So for Forge, we have 3 workouts a week for 8 weeks. 2 months of pure strength fun. And what's nice is that having 3 workouts a week, like strength workouts, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Gives you time that if you do have extra days to move your body, like maybe a Tuesday or a Thursday or both, you could throw in some other things in there, maybe some cardio or stretching or whatever you may want. All right, and up on your feet, we're gonna hit those farmer carries. 3 more minutes on the clock. Lift and walk. Don't let those heels drop. Keep lifting. Okay, and we're gonna finish off nice and easy in a sense. In one sense, we're not gonna be using any weights for these last ones, but equally as fun. Two more minutes. Don't stop now. You're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself. Come on. Elongate through the sides of the neck. Lock out those arms at the top. Shake it out, and let's finish off with our beautiful ab isometric hold. We're doing a plank. I'm actually very grateful for a plank right now. We just lifted a lot of weights. Let's finish strong, guys. If at any point you do fatigue, drop the knees. What are you having for dinner tonight, by the way? Have you thought about that? I'm having a steak bowl, like rice and butternuts, maybe a little bit of like grilled corn, avo, you know? Nice bowl. Actually very much looking forward to it. And I asked that to distract you from the pain. Almost there. Drop the knees. Oh my goodness. Whew. Well-deserved cool down coming your way. Let's set up. Big toes touch. Knees mat width apart. Walk your hands up above your head and drop your chest down. Hands come over to one side. I want you to bring the inner arm or hand over the outer and lean into it. Switch sides, walk it over to the other side, and melt yourself down. Big, beautiful breaths here. I want you to recenter your hands and rock yourself up. One foot steps on the outside of the hands. And we're here in a nice low lizard. You can maybe even rock onto the outside of that foot to really open up through the hip. Okay, heel toe to the center, shift your weight back, flex your foot now. You can lift up so that your shoulders stack up over the hips. And from here, slightly lean forward. You're not gonna go very far before you feel the stretch here, the back of the leg. All right, step it out. And we're gonna do these 2 moves on this side, call it a day. Bring it up. Let's finish off. Now, how are you feeling? That was quite fun. If you did 1 or 2 rounds, I would love to know how you feel. As per usual, first of all, let me know what you're having for dinner tonight. Second of all, let me know which movement was your favorite, which one you think you might need more practice on, which one you're keen on maybe potentially lifting a little bit heavier next time. And overall, let me know how excited you are for Forge. And with that, go ahead and bring yourself on up. Give yourself a big round of applause and a massive pat on the back, guys. I hope you are as excited as I am for a new program. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And remember, sometimes showing up is the hardest part. So the fact that you made it here to the outro, I couldn't be more proud of you. No one can take these last 45 minutes that you just dedicated to yourself away from you. So I hope you feel very capable and very proud of yourself. Have a lovely day, because you totally do deserve it. And I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.